How did a lack of consumer goods impact USSR citizens? Imagine living in a country where your daily life is shaped by shortages and long lines. That was the reality for many people in the Soviet Union, especially after the 1960s. The government focused on building heavy industry and military power, leaving consumer goods like food, clothing, and household items in short supply. This meant that basic items were often hard to find, and when they were available, they could be of lower quality. Citizens spent hours waiting in queues for bread, meat, or even fruit. Sometimes, the best goods went to the first people in line, while others left empty-handed or with inferior products. This created a kind of informal race to get what was needed, with those who arrived early having an advantage. The shortages weren't felt equally across the country. Big cities like Moscow had better supplies, but rural areas and smaller towns often faced even more severe shortages. People would travel long distances to buy what they couldn't find at home, turning shopping into a kind of social event or even a small adventure. Wages in the Soviet Union often increased faster than the availability of goods. So, people had money but little to buy. This made saving money less useful and reduced the motivation to work harder. It also meant that even with more money, many citizens couldn't improve their living standards. The government tried to manage shortages with rationing and special stores for workers, but these measures only helped a little. Some people turned to unofficial markets, where goods were sold at higher prices, making access uneven. The constant struggle to get basic items affected more than just daily routines. It created social frustration, especially when housing or clothing was hard to come by. It also influenced family decisions, like having fewer children, because of the stress and uncertainty. The shortages highlighted the weaknesses of central planning. The government aimed to provide for everyone equally, but in practice, it was difficult to match supply with demand. This led to inequality based on access, timing, and location. The system's inability to deliver enough consumer goods made many citizens feel left behind and less confident in the system. In the end, the lack of consumer goods shaped how people interacted, worked, and even how they saw their future in the Soviet Union. It showed that even with the best intentions, planning alone can't always meet the needs of a large, complex society.